Greetings, boils and ghouls, festers and festies, boys and girls of all ages. This is the first annual We Are Podcast Halloween Spoooktacular. My name is Baron Matto.
And my name is Senor Seis, also known as Phil.
And we are here to talk about our Halloween treats, tricks, and ghouls. You can follow us on the spooky cloud that is known as SoundCloud. Leave us a favor on YouTube, a comment on YouTube, and you can also send us a creepily spectacular email at podcast@gmail.com. Lightning bolt.
Lightning flash.
Maybe I'll edit that in. Lightning bolt. Not that guy from that's playing LARPing throwing tennis balls at people. Lightning bolt, lightning bolt.
Thunderclap.
Mick Foley from Spoooooktacular. That should have been my costume. I should have been Thunderclap instead of Baron Matto. And Baron Matto is pretty much just my crappy Halloween skeleton t-shirt that has a suit on. And that's it.
Classic.
Like I said, I tried to go as Grumple Stan, but I couldn't find the eye patch, so I said fuck it. I went down to the Halloween USA, Party America, or whatever the hell it is in your local area, and they had the eye patch there for $1, but I couldn't find a fez.
Oh.
They had no fezzes, and I was just gonna go to like a second-hand store and just buy a cheap fucking suit, you know. If it didn't fit, even the better. But couldn't do it, so this Halloween shirt I bought from Walmart from 2 years ago will work. But Phil went all out. He's got his Senior Say suit on, and kind of like in the El Santo tradition. The classic Mexican wrestler who pretty much like James Bond, but with Mexican wrestling. And instead of sneaking into a volcano base, he just challenged you to a wrestling match, and that's how the movie ends. And he fought. Actually, now that I think about it, El Santo, remember that? Fuck, man, I remember this now that we're talking about it. Remember the one where he fights the Wolfman?
Yep.
And the Wolfman knows deadly karate.
Yep, that was amazing.
Oh.
A true classic.
Oh, people, you gotta look that up on the internet. You gotta wait till after the show. Then go to YouTube and just type El Santo versus the Wolfman.
You can never go wrong with a classic.
Get yourself a beer and a bong hit and prepare to laugh.
Prepare to live.
Never say die. It's the El Santo way. Yeah, like I said, it's kind of like James. Just to talk about El Santo for a minute, we never mentioned it on the show, but we've watched a lot of those movies as kids. El Santo's way more badass than James Bond.
Heck yeah, he is.
James Bond ever fight a werewolf man that turns into a bat for some fucking reason?
Not that I know of.
He should.
He wishes.
Fuck Spectre, werewolf man that turns into a bat that knows karate. Say that 5 times fast.
Be an astonishing movie.
Get on it, Universal. Find out who owns the rights to El Santo.
Astound me.
Where's my Werewolf by Night movie?
I know. Waiting for that forever.
Man, that's probably never gonna happen, unfortunately.
It'll never even be talked about.
Marvel. Did you ever see the Marvel Man-Thing movie?
No, I don't think so.
Good. It's not even really. It's not even a Man-Thing movie.
Was it awful?
Yeah. Man-Thing is like this big, giant CG monster you only see for like maybe 5 minutes. And just like most comic book adaptations, I think it was a straight to sci-fi movie. This might be one of the reasons why it's so terrible.
Oh, cheap CGI.
Yeah, and they got Man-Thing all wrong. Like the character design was all right because Man-Thing is like this big, 12-foot tall behemoth plant monster. But they messed up his origin. Like Swamp Thing. Different guy, different guy, same guy, kind of bad. But whatever. That's a long and complicated story.
I know.
Swamp Thing, Man Thing, they're not the same thing. But Man Thing from Marvel is, like I said, he's just like this plant elemental monster that protects this portal that sometimes monsters from different universes pop out of it, and Man Thing has to stop them.
Yeah, he just knocks them back, right?
Yeah. Or sometimes they do ghost stories.
Ah.
Like one of the, I don't have it no more because I lost it during one of the moves. I kind of really bag and board your comics, people.
Right.
I lost it during one of the moves when I was a kid, but I had a Man Thing comic where I can't remember what it was, what issue it was, but like there was a circus in town, and this clown just pronounced his love to an acrobatic lady or something. It's been years since I read this, so I'm kind of forgetting some parts here. But she like told him no, or like, you're a loser clown, you know.
Oh.
Get the hell out of my face.
Man, that's mean.
You know, because she was like the Flying Grayson, you know, the big star of the show, and this is just some lonely nobody clown. She told him to fuck off, more or less. And he goes into the swamp where Man Thing is, and blows his fucking head off. Shoots himself in the head. And some of the Carney goons try to track the clown back down, you know, because you're part of the show, you work for us. And the clown ghost starts haunting the Carnies in the swamp. And Man Thing has to defeat the ghost somehow. I can't remember how he defeats the ghost. But the part I remember the most is, like, you're getting haunted by the ghost clown, and they eventually find the clown's body. It's not that graphic, but he's clearly got a hole in the side of his fucking head. And the big goon picks up the clown and is shaking him. Why are you tricking us? You're messing with us, man. And even his buddy's like, big goon guy, he's got a fucking hole in the side of his head. He's missing part of his fucking brain, man.
Astonishing and bloody.
Yeah. They didn't do that in the movie. They just made him... you remember the crying Indian from those old commercials back in the day? You would throw a piece of trash down and it would roll by him and he'd cry one tear.
Kinda.
Yeah. Imagine that guy prays to some ancient swamp demon or something, and it possesses him and makes him into the Man Thing so he can kill people for polluting.
Oh.
That's what the sci-fi movie was about.
Oh.
And that's... Well, from that story I just told you, that's not what Man Thing is. Man Thing looks like a monster, but he's not a monster. He's got big red glowing eyes. Where Swamp Thing from DC, he's a plant elemental that is in charge of protecting the green, which is the plants of the Earth.
Yeah.
Completely different.
That's awesome, though.
Yeah. Yeah, Alan Moore Swamp Thing. I've mentioned it before. Read it. Get off your ass and read some intelligent comics. Get yourself some fucking drinks and acid, because that shit gets freaky towards the end.
When there's no more room in hell, the dead walk the earth.
To eat your face. You ever notice with zombie movies, they love that face and neck meat the most?
Yeah.
Is that like the prime rib of a human?
Well, I did notice for some reason that the new zombie movies, they're always getting cheek meat or something bit off.
Yeah, like I said, that's like the prime rib.
It's like a new thing that's happening now for some reason. But yeah, I know what you mean. I've seen it in a bunch of new movies and new zombie, shows and stuff like that.
Well, plus, like,
so I agree.
You kind of fell off The Walking Dead, but Walking Dead does that a lot. Like, if someone's going to get eaten by a zombie, you see their fucking neck go.
Yep. Well, it might be the cheapest place you can bite them, so they don't have to use as much supplies, maybe, or something. For the entire season, maybe.
Well, Bruce Campbell said this in an interview about, I think it was Evil Dead 2, that he eventually started to get a tan line or something because he always had a plastic tube running up his neck shooting blood out,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because Evil Dead 2 is one of the greatest horror movies ever. If you've never seen it, but Bruce Campbell gets covered in a lot of fluids in that. A lot of fluids in that movie gets shot at. Poor Bruce during that movie.
Big fluid budget.
Yeah.
I think they literally shot him with a fire hose full of like fake blood once or something like that. It's been a while since I listened to the director's commentary, but I think he literally got shot with like a fire hose full of shit.
Wow.
We're recording before Halloween, and Ash versus the Evil Dead. Hasn't aired yet, so we won't talk about that. But we'll watch it when it comes. It hasn't aired yet. What do you want me to do?
Yeah.
Let's go kick Showdown.
Well, they're making us wait. That's for sure.
I know. Why's it got to be on Halloween too, right?
Yeah.
Pain in the ass. Let's go kick in Showtime's door. Give me the episode.
Hope that'll be brilliant.
Hopefully. I don't think Sam Raimi's he's directed the first episode, I know for sure. And Bruce Campbell's obviously going to be in all of them. He's a funny guy. He's what made Burn Notice enjoyable. After Burn Notice ended, didn't you just want to see Burn Notice Sam Max? Or no, Sam Max.
I would have liked to see at least 2. I was thinking...
They made the straight to TV movie that was Bruce Campbell training gorilla soldiers or something. Oh, the Tale of Sam Max or something like that.
The Tale of Sam Max or the Story of Sam Max.
Something like that. It was
something
good.
like that.
I'm not saying it was good. Go watch it. It was pretty entertaining.
It was.
Oh no, the cheesiest part though is Sam throws a chainsaw through it.
Yeah.
When Sam throws that chainsaw through the Jeep or the army van or whatever it was, then he goes groovy.
Yep.
It was funny, but God, come on, right?
Yeah, it was hilarious.
It was pretty bad.
I remember I was like, yeah, right. But I was still laughing.
Oh, that chainsaw went in there dancing too. It was like, rap, 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 rap. That couldn't have been more of a perfect shot.
Heck yeah.
That's like in RPG, it's just like critical, 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 critical. Phil, Bruce Campbell does 5+ damage with a chainsaw.
He gets throw damage too.
Plus,
he gets the cool throw damage bonus.
Boomerang chainsaw. That sounds terrible. Ah! Well, his hand's already metal, right?
Yeah.
That's the one thing that's kind of bothered me about the it's in Army of Darkness. You know, Ash is just supposed to be like some dope 20-something working at S-Smart. You know, shop smart, shop S-Smart. But yet, he gets sent back in time and he's able to build a cyborg hand out of armor and shit. So, once you got back to your time era, won't you fucking patent that and sell it?
You would think.
You even made like cool RoboCop noises and crushed a gauntlet. Rudy. Yeah. I mean, Robo hand, not really. Prefer my real hand. But if I lost a hand, I prefer a Robo hand. Can I hook a chainsaw into it is all I want now. I want chainsaw wrist. No, I want chainsaw hand and a flamethrower on my wrist. Cover the area, right? Once you burn them, they get too close. Burn.
It'd be heavy though. You'd have to carry the fuel probably though.
Yeah. Did you ever see My Name is Bruce? The Bruce Campbell movie where he's kind of making fun of himself, where he's playing himself.
I'm pretty sure I've seen it, just not in a long time.
Yeah, where he fights the god of vengeance and bean curds. There's some Chinese. This is like a Scooby-Doo episode. There's some Chinese ghost haunting a cave or whatever, and this kid that's like a big Bruce Campbell fan is like thinks Bruce Campbell really does kill ghosts and
Pretty
shit.
sure I've seen it then.
Yeah. But remember that joke? The town gives him that big ass fucking chainsaw that has like a car engine on it or something. And he's talking about how he's slay many undead things with this, but never use them. Too damn heavy.
Yep, I remember that joke now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because the chainsaw looks cool and it's menacing because it makes a lot of noise and there's moving parts and there's grease and shit.
Well, it's loud.
Yeah, it's loud. But, like you said, they're fucking heavy. It's not a very practical weapon.
Well, it's true, but, somebody's going to know where you are first.
Yeah, like, it's been the horror movie weapon of choice since fucking Texas Chainsaw Massacre or whatever.
It's true.
But, like I said, it's not really that practical. It's big, it's heavy, it's loud.
Well, yeah, you're trying to hunt somebody down, they're going to hear you. They're going to know where you are first.
Even when you're just idling.
Yep. Well, they can still hear that.
And plus, people in those Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies are dumb. How many times have they not knocked that fucking chainsaw out of his hand but never picked it up?
It's true. They never did pick it up, and they should have.
Yeah. The fucking giant 8-foot tall gorilla with somebody else's face on his face. Yeah, I'm going to try and tackle that guy.
Yeah, right.
I'm going to jump on his back. Like I said with the one with Arlie and Ernie, the guy, he had like a piece of metal or a crowbar or something, I can't remember. But like I said, he's able to knock the chainsaw off Leatherface's hand. And what he does, he tries jumping on his back. Fuck that, I would have dinked that fucker in the face and picked up the chainsaw. If nothing else, like I said, it's an impractical weapon, but at least he can't pick it up.
I would have took the crowbar and I would have hit him between his legs.
Yeah, you might.
Right? He's a man.
Yeah,
he's got to have balls.
Yeah, but say even if you are 8 foot tall, 300 pounds, how's this feel?
Yeah, you're gonna go. He's gonna go down, at least, and he might even fall on the chainsaw.
I've never seen all the Halloween, Michael Myers, and Jason movies. Has anyone ever tried kicking either one of them in the dick?
No.
Really?
Nope, not that I've ever seen anyway. But right, he resembles a guy. He's got to have nuts.
Yeah, well, I'm not 100% sure. Jason's like a ghost demon or something, but Michael Myers is just a dude, right? So is Leatherface.
Right.
Yeah, just kick him in the balls.
Well, you'd think, well, this has got to bring him down.
Yeah.
Because he felt pain. They stabbed him, and he was like, "Roar!"
Yeah, he doesn't talk, but he makes those weird gimpy noises whenever he...
Yeah.
Hey, like Piggy from Manhunt.
Well, yeah, it sounds like a pig getting slaughtered or something,
He just eats meat.
He was deranged about it.
We should watch that. Texas Chainsaw Massacre Begins. It's Halloween. We haven't seen that in a while. Meat, bone. Ain't no different than a slaughterhouse, Tommy. Yeah, Tommy? Yeah, it's Tommy.
Let me enormous. Watch it.
Yeah.
Been a while.
Yeah, I love to say the scene where Arlie Ermey's got that Sheriff Hoyt. Man, if nothing else, they just need to fuck Leatherface. Just Sheriff Hoyt's the bad guy from now on. Arlie Ermey's probably too old to be doing that shit now, though. But man,
it's just too bad we didn't get no prequel on the Sheriff Hoyt.
Or he's just a dumb redneck farmer.
Yeah. Well, before he gets into the war and all.
Oh, you want to see a Korean war film with Sheriff Hoyt?
That'd be hardcore.
That was.
I just said we had to eat.
Yeah, I was like, we had to eat.
Stop. One of us was chosen.
Yeah, showing them in the POW camp, drawing straws and shit.
Yep. Shooting melons.
He hates melons, man.
He does.
He wakes up every morning, shoots a watermelon in the face, and he makes a bundle of grapes watch.
He says, "That's how I wake up. Practice."
He wakes up with the smell of gun smoke and death. Yeah. My favorite scene, though, is, I can't remember his name, draft dodging hippie guy. After he admits that was his draft card that got burnt, remember? He says, I don't think you're fit enough to join the army. He's like, I don't even think you could do 10 push-ups. And he's beating his ass with the billy club as he's doing it, hitting him in the elbow and the head and shit, and the knee. That's only half one.
Yeah.
That don't count.
It was efficient. His brother's like, show this fucker, Dane.
But
show him.
At the same, Phil, once again, at the same time, why would you even do the push-ups? The second he ain't looking, grab his fucking balls. He might billy club you enough, but goddamn, twist his nutsack, right?
It's hard to hit somebody when they're freaking crushing your nuts.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's the secret to all If you're ever in a horror movie scenario, people, go for the balls. They never see it coming. That's going to be the theme of this episode. You know how you take Jason out? Just hit him in the balls. Like I said, I don't know if that would work on him because he's like an undead demon dude or whatever. But Sheriff Hoyt's just a dude, right?
It's true.
Act like you're about to do a push-up and then lunge at his dick. Act like you're in a Swedish bathhouse and go. Maybe don't go that far, but.
Don't go that far. He's trying to kill you. Rip his balls off.
Yeah, look
Be efficient, man. He's trying to kill you. Remember that.
Yeah, like I said, the second he untie you, why are you going through the fucking bullshit of especially after he hits you the first time, right? Oh, you ain't playing for it, right? And it was one of them old 50s Billy Club where there's literally just like a chunk of wood.
Yep.
I say he ain't going nowhere. Plus, Phil, he loves to chew.
It's true.
Ugh, that's nasty shit, man.
Well, that's all them soldiers had. That's why.
Dip.
It was excellent. That's why, man. They needed that to keep them fighting, They give you a slab of chew and they give you a couple cigarettes, and that's about it for a survival pack.
I smoked a couple cigarettes back in my teenage years, but I never understood the idea of putting a lump of tobacco in your fucking lip.
Because people think they get better use out of it because it'll absorb into your lips, get it?
Ugh.
It'll absorb into your gums, that's why. So, they think, putting it up against your teeth, it'll last longer.
Yeah.
It's better than smoking, cigarettes.
Well, I've met a couple of people.
It's freaking nasty.
Yeah, I was about to say, I've met a couple of people over the course of my life that prefer to chew or dip. Get yourself a dip, if you will. And it's like, they said the thing too is it builds up, it makes your cell, it builds up spit.
It gets you freaking thirsty.
Yeah, it's
dehydrates you, probably.
Don't smoke, kids. Don't do dip.
Smoking's bad. Oh, and plus you can get mouth cancer from it.
Yeah. Ugh. End up looking like Irish face. A preacher. True horror, lip cancer. Shit just got reels. Yeah, what were we talking about earlier? Yeah, let's just go back to talking about kicking Jason in the dick.
Heck yeah. Humongous hurt. Identified.
But Phil, I was thinking about this too. I haven't seen all the Friday the 13th movies. I saw one goes the one where he goes to New York or whatever, Brooklyn, in space, or Jason X, and Freddy vs. Jason. I saw that one too. I think that's it. I think those are the only ones I've ever seen. But one thing I was thinking about, if no one would ever go to Camp Crystal Lake, or take Jason away from Camp Crystal Lake, he wouldn't have killed nobody, right? Because what does he do? He just wanders around the woods all the time. People go there to fuck for some fucking reason, even though there's like a fucking 1,000 dead bodies at that place.
It's true.
And then he kills them. And another thing, why do they keep reopening that thing?
Yeah.
Oh, I saw Jason Goes to Hell. That's the other one. Where I think they reopened Camp Crystal Lake for some fucking reason. Why would you reopen that place?
It is true.
It's like, why would you live on Elm Street?
Yep. What's Elm Street still doing open too?
Oh, yeah.
That's intense.
Like I said, I want to see him go all out. Where's my Freddy versus Jason versus Michael versus Leatherface movie? Then Ash shows up at the last 5 minutes.
They all think they're better than each other.
Yeah, like I said. But then Ash shows up at the last 5 minutes. Boom, 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 boom. What? Boomstick drop. While we're at it, the only Halloween movies I've seen are 1 and 2. The third one, which is the witch movie that has nothing to do with Michael Myers, when they were trying to make it an anthology. Yeah, when they were trying to make an anthology movie out of it, which is actually pretty good. And Halloween H2O, where Busta Rhymes fucking talks shit and beats Michael Myers' ass.
Don't remind me.
That's a thing. That happened.
Don't remind me.
Busta Rhymes fucking...
Hated that.
And that's the thing, too. Like I said, I can't remember what he said to him, but he was calling him stupid and shit. Michael Myers just... Busta Rhymes, he wasn't Busta Rhymes. He was like some bullshit producer trying to make like a reality show. And they were hiding out in Michael Myers' house. You know, where he killed everyone as a kid during Halloween. And I don't know, he just loves... Michael Myers is homesick. He always goes back home. But they're there, and they're doing it like one of those ghost shows, too, you know, where they have the cameras on their heads and shit.
Oh, yeah. And the green view.
Yeah. I'm so scared.
It's so cold.
Yeah, back when that was fucking popular for whatever reason. Yeah, and he dresses up... Busta Rhymes to spook people, dresses up like Michael Myers. And he runs into the actual Michael Myers, but he thinks it's like the cameraman or something.
Oh.
And he starts calling him an idiot. He's like, I'm supposed to do the fucking Michael Myers things. Who's running the cameras and shit? You know, he's pretty much calling him an idiot and incompetent and shit. Michael Myers just stands there, takes it, and then Busta Rhymes goes off and does his thing. Michael Myers goes upstairs and, I don't know, stabs somebody or something. And then that's fucking horrible right there. That's fucking bad in my opinion. I'm not even a Michael Myers fan, but fuck. That's... Oof.
That's how they dealt with it.
Yeah, that's how they dealt with it. But the kicker is I can't remember why, but it was down to the last two people, Busta Rhymes and blonde chick. The movie sucked. I don't remember. I only watched it once. Yeah, I only watched it the one time. Michael Myers is about to kill blonde chick, and the house is burning down for some reason. I don't know. Someone would imagine Michael Myers farted. But the house is burning down, and I think like Michael Myers is like choking her to death, or he's like she's holding the knife up from her head, or something like that. She's struggling for her life, more or less. And Busta Rhymes kicks in the door, still in the fucking Michael Myers jumpsuit, and he like kicks Michael Myers in the face or something. He pretty much like he doesn't like whoop his ass, like bench press him and slam him through a table like WWE style, but he pretty much gets the upper hand on Michael Myers. Picks up the girl, blonde chick, all superhero-like, and they run out the house just before it explodes. And of course, you know, they never found Michael Myers' body, yada, yada, yada.
He never died.
Yeah. Then Dr. Doom's gauntlet rose from the rubble. I mean, wait.
Meanwhile, on the other side of the world.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yep. Yeah, Halloween H2O sucked.
It did.
It's fucking terrible. But speaking of terrible, and Halloween, I guess while we're talking about it, like I said, I forgot to mention I saw the Rob Zombie, the two Rob Zombie Halloween movies too. So I've seen 1, 2, 3, H2O, and the two Rob Zombie ones. And the Rob Zombie ones are Halloween H2O is kind of enjoyable because you're kind of like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Mr. Rhymes is talking shit. But the Rob Zombie ones are fucking horrible. Like, they're horrible because they're boring as shit. Do we really need 30, 40 minutes of finding out Michael Myers' home life sucked?
Not really.
That his mom was a stripper and he gets his ass beat in bathrooms every day? I didn't need to know that. And then he goes to, that's what Rob Zombie said. And then he goes to the nut house, I'm just going to call it the insane asylum or whatever, the nut house. And decides he's ugly, so he starts wearing a mask all the time. Which the weird thing in the Rob Zombie remake is the Michael Myers mask. The Michael Myers mask originally is legendarily, everyone should probably know this by now, it's just a William Shatner mask that they painted white.
Yep.
Because like I said, originally I think Michael Myers, they didn't, the first Halloween was such a loose script, It's a killer in either mask or kid's clown mask, which I think would have been actually kind of creepy. Like, I don't know how tall he is. I'm gonna say like he's Leatherface, big,
Right.
8 foot tall giant gorilla motherfucker.
Can't get around him.
Right, brick wall shithouse motherfucker. But wouldn't that be kind of creepy seeing a guy that big wearing a mask that's obviously meant for a kid, and it's like he's barely covered in the bottom of his lip, you know?
You can see his chin.
Yeah, you can see his chin and shit. That kind of would have been kind of creepy
It'd be
too.
fantastic though.
But they went with fucking paint that William Shatner mask white. And what makes it weird about Rob Zombie's remake is it's just Michael Myers' oldest sister's a whore or a slut or something, and she's banging her boyfriend in the other room. And Michael Myers hears it. That's why he hates premarital sex. And he stabs the shit out of his sister and the boyfriend. And then he wears the mask that the guy was banging his sister with.
Ugh.
Isn't that kind of weird?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because in the original Halloween movie, he just has that mask. There's no real origin for it. He just kind of, like, it's just there.
Just put it on.
Yeah. Like, he works at a gas station part-time and just has that mask hidden. Can I fill your tank and stab you? Okay. And, I don't know, fuck, that movie sucked.
Man, it's gorgeous. He's got it in the safe.
Yeah, he's got it in the safe. It's right next to his it's right next to his dirty magazines.
Yeah, glorious.
But yeah, the first one, yeah, he kills everyone except for his little baby sister. And then he breaks out of the nut house, obviously, and I don't know, he spared her as a baby, but now that she's fucking 17 or whatever, he's like, well, bitch had her period, time to die. Time to die. I don't know, he tries to kill her. It ends just like the first one. They shoot the shit out of him for a guy that's just, he's like 50 Cent or something, just immune to bullets.
I remember seeing it.
Yeah, like, I think they even implied that his sister shot him in the face at the end, but somehow, somehow he
tried to finish it off.
Well, like I said, he's a fucking 8 foot tall giant shithouse. Even if you did put 3 in his chest, wouldn't you put 1 in his face just to be sure?
Probably.
Yeah. But somehow he survived that for 2. And I don't know, that was even worse because it's just Michael Myers walking around hallucinating about his dead mom and a unicorn telling him to kill people. And he eats a dog for some reason.
Must have got bored.
The Chinese like it, so. Yeah. And then the other thing too is like his sister.
Cut that out.
Yeah. The other thing that sucked too is like his sister. It is the same way. Michael Myers is surrounded by cops. He gets the shit shot out of him. And his sister goes and picks up. They're telling her, "Don't pick up the knife." And what does she do? She picks up the fucking knife. So
yeah, of course.
So they shoot the shit out of her too in the fucking movie. And the fucking franchise, hopefully. Though they're gonna get rebooted again here soon. Surprised they haven't made it like a fucking mini-series or something yet, like on, I don't know, Hulu, Netflix. Someone will buy it.
Extreme reboot.
Do it like Bates Motel. Fuck them. That's the thing too, Phil, is like, I like White Zombie. I like Rob Zombie's music in general. Why don't we like 2 of his movies?
Right.
House of 1,000 Corpses and Devil's Rejects, if you're ever wondering. Why do the rest of them suck?
It's true.
Because he can't keep his wife out of anything.
How hot my wife is.
Pretty much, yeah. That's definitely one.
I still got a hot wife and I'm old and rich.
I got dreadlocks even though I'm 50. I got Igor locks. Bernato says.
Man, that's magnificent. Old locks.
Old locks. That's how he's gonna reboot Rapunzel. Instead of long flowing golden hair, it's going to be just one big old gray nasty dreadlock hanging out a window. Oh, it's so greasy! Is that a bird's nest?
Chirp, chirp.
This is an old issue of Spank magazine. What the fuck? I didn't even know they still printed this.
What's Spawn doing in here?
30 issues of Spawn #1? What?
God damn it.
Right now, Phil, there's someone sitting on 30 issues of Spawn #1 going, God damn it!
They're like, bah! What was I thinking?
They were thinking they were going to get rich on that shit one day, but the problem is you're not the only one that bought 30 issues of Spawn #1.
God.
If you ever want to get into comics, I'll give you a little bit of advice on buying shit. Spawn #1 and the Man of Steel Superman 75, the Death of Superman issue, even if it's in the bag, fucking worthless. Not it. Did I ever mention this on Mike? I've told you this story before, where I was at the comic book store and a guy came in with the Death of Superman issue, thinking he was going to make a fucking mint.
Yep.
And the guy at the store was trying to be polite. He's like, "Look, man, it's one of the most popular selling comics of all time. I'll give you $1, and that's what I'm going to try and sell it for." And the guy got all offended about it and shit. He's like, "Well, this is the Death of Superman, one of the most iconic characters of all time." And he's like, "Yeah, that's why it's also one of the most popular selling issues of all time." And hey, Phil, I got my copy. Someone pay for shipping and handling, and I'll just give it to you.
Dang.
Phil, the shipping and handling is worth more than the fucking book is. Oh, that always makes me laugh. So yeah, if you got that bagged and boarded and airtight box, just throw it in the fire during the apocalypse. That's about the most use you'll ever get out of it. So when did insurance companies start getting mascots? No one ever talked about the Gecko caveman no more.
Yeah, that's true. They were popular for a little bit, then they just disappeared.
But I remember I saw someone at a party once had they wore the Gecko caveman for their costume.
Yep.
That's how popular that shit was,
Yep.
people. You could buy a legitimate Gecko. Well, it was a real costume. He didn't make it. He was putting bought it at Home USA.
I was like the one where he's like, "What? Therapists are what? Smart?" And she was like, well. I remember.
Yeah.
She was like, "What? They're smart?" It was great.
Well, remember that shit was so popular. It got a TV show that lasted 6 episodes.
Yeah,
I don't even think it lasted.
I remember.
Let's say I don't even think it lasted that long. But fuck, that was pretty bad.
I didn't even watch it, but I remember it.
I watched the first. I think I watched the first one or two. I can't remember. But the joke was pretty much, get it, they're cavemen, but we're using it like a metaphor, like they're black.
Yep.
Or they're minorities.
On welfare.
Yeah, they're minorities. Get it? I know. I should have looked it up before we started the show. What are the top 10 most popular Halloween costumes this year? Think anyone's going to be the Red Devils and Scream Creams?
Probably not.
Nah. If it wasn't so plastic, yeah, I'd probably do that. It's pretty much plastic Halloween I put on here. Sweatbox. But Phil, I love that show. And the funny part is, you know the person that puts up the biggest fight against the Red Devil? That guy in an ice cream. Ice cream cone outfit. Oh.
That was cool how they actually showed him cut the costume apart because of the rivet. That was awesome. Classic.
Yeah, that was a good show.
And I was thinking, I was like, oh, is he gonna cut them apart where the costume joins? And they did it. That was sweet.
Yeah, That's it's coming back after Halloween, but it's been off the last 2 weeks of the baseball or something.
Yeah. They gotta get all that out of the way.
It's the playoffs or something.
Some people actually spend their lives caring about that, Matt. I don't.
Well, I can't judge you. I just went off on what fucking 10-minute rant about Swamp Thing and Man Thing at the beginning of the episode.
Yeah.
So, hey, if you got a hobby you enjoy, as long as you're not trying to shove it in someone's face, what's the harm in it, right?
I don't think I need to talk about somebody's running or gaining yards. That's all I saw him talking about.
Oh, you mean like fantasy football or whatever?
No, there are actually people that actually spend time and actually know that stuff by heart.
Oh,
everything like that. Yeah.
Oh,
like,
you mean like stats?
Real people. I mean.
Yeah, like stats and figures and shit.
I was like, dang, I couldn't do that. That's a lot. And I'm bad with numbers, so there's no way I could do it.
Yeah, fantasy football blows my mind. Okay, I just looked up the top 10 most popular Halloween costumes of 2015. This is from USA Today News, so it's like a legitimate newspaper, so this is legit, I guess. But at number 10 is Wonder Woman. Yeah, you know Wonder Woman's costume. What's that? Some random chick dressed like Wonder Woman.
A hottie.
Yeah. You always see a couple Wonder Womans every year. Number 9, and probably one of the most popular costumes of all time, the Joker, of course.
Yep. It's so easy.
Just, the hardest part is a purple suit.
Yeah, you gotta find the right suit for the Joker.
Yeah, I was to say, that's the hardest part, is just finding a purple suit. And
it's optional to have the right suit.
Yeah, ever since I was a kid, you always see, well, as long as I've been alive, I've always seen someone dressed up like Batman and the Joker every Halloween ever. Here's the one I want to tell you about, Phil. Number 8 is the Minions. From Despicable Me and the Minions movie that just came out this year. Yeah.
It's just a black dress and...
No, the little overalls there, and people are putting on the yellow... People painting themselves yellow and putting goggles on.
Wow.
So, that's new. I guess I didn't see the Minions movie, and I only watched Despicable Me 1. That's fucking way more popular than I ever thought it would be. Where's my Megamind 2?
I didn't see it either.
Yeah, like I said, I only saw the first Despicable Me movie, and I didn't hate it. I didn't think it was nothing that great either, but tell that to whoever's bank account. Number 7, witches. And by witches, Phil, of course, they mean sexy witches.
Yep.
Look at that corset.
Candy corn hat.
Candy corn hat and a corset. Sexy witches. You gonna be Freddy Krueger, baby?
That's the evil candy corn, though.
Right. But nah, Phil, it's like, you gonna be Freddy Krueger this year, baby? Yeah, but sexy Freddy Krueger. And now my goddamn hero wants to go on. Number 6 is Minnie Mouse. Which has surprised the hell out of me. Who the fuck even dresses like Minnie Mouse anymore? Who the fuck dresses like anyone? Any of the mouses? What the fuck you talking about? You thought I left? No, Mr. Mouse, I'm just saying you haven't, made a fucking cartoon. Well, you did those little shorts last year, but you haven't made a cartoon or movie in years. I don't need to! You saw what I did to Hannah Montana? I'll do the same to you, boy!
The mouse gets double.
You gotta pay me to leave this house! I'm sorry! I'm sorry. Get in here and spread your butt! Remember that cowboy joke about spitting in your hand? I don't spit! I looked over in the corner. I forgot I had that Mickey Mouse poster in the corner over there. Holy fuck! Ah! Ah!
That's the reason he always wears gloves.
Oh, fuck!
Busted.
Oh, nasty.
Bust.
Oh.
Matt's childhood.
Violin.
Oh, you want me to play you a song with the sad stick here?
Oh, I'm supposed to feel sad. Let me get my violin. And at number 5, like I said, can't have a Joker if you can't have Batman.
Yep.
Batman's number 5.
The Bat.
I am the Knight. Christian Bale.
Knight of Justice.
What was Batman Brave the Bold's one? Oh, the Hammers of Justice. That was his first memory. Say that and punch someone in the face. That was good. Number 4, Pirates. Once again, ladies, sexy pirates. You gotta have a corset. I wonder, Phil, I don't know if corsets have stock, but just before like September, we should buy a bunch of corset stocks and then sell them in October. Sexy pirate people.
Might have pads. I don't know.
Johnny Depp. Reference. I don't know. Just says number 3 superheroes. And it has a picture of a guy dressed like Clark Kent. That's Superman. I don't know. I guess there's the Ant-Man movie came out. They probably made a custom out of that, right?
Maybe.
You see a couple kids.
Know.
I see a couple kids in Hulk costumes every once in a while. Hulk's always managed to keep his popularity. Oh, Spider-Man.
Yeah, of course.
Kids love
money maker.
Kids love that Spider-Man.
It's not cool.
Hey, I've been hating Spider-Man since the Clone Saga. Fuck your one more day. Spider-Man's been dead to me since 1996. I'm showing my age again, ain't I, Phil? Back in my day, we hated Spider-Man because clones, not because the devil. That's a whole nother episode. Let's not even get into that. But number 2, Star Wars. Of course. The Stormtroopers, Darth Vader, Han Solo. Chewie. Here, they just have a generic Star Wars or Stormtrooper guy here. With
despite them being bad guys, they're still cool looking.
The Stormtroopers suck at their job, but they do have sweet looking costumes.
Yeah, they do look cool.
They do look kind of menacing.
That's all they make up for is appearance.
They can't aim for shit, but they're pretty intimidating looking.
It's like, oh, they'll look cool once they get that line. Look at that line right there. Yeah, that line, dude. All there. Look how
all I see is white and red. Lasers. Oh, remember you showed me that video on Facebook? Someone would turn the corner in this alley, then a bunch of stormtroopers would come out. Then Darth Vader, guy, well, not real stormtroopers, obviously. People dressed like stormtroopers came out and surrounded them. And a guy came out dressed like Darth Vader and would like do the force choke thing, and people would freak the fuck out and run. Yeah.
That's what I liked. But yeah, that was a good one. That's a classic. Yep. I was like, oh, is he gonna do the point? And he pulled his glove tight. And was like, you. Yeah. Well, that was awesome.
Yeah, it was fun. I'm looking forward to it. You might have a lightsaber up your butt still, but I'm looking forward to that Star Wars movie. Mm-hmm. Not buying any of the merchandise though. Although I've seen that Boba Fett helmet on sale at the Walmart, $40. I had to bite my nails. I was itching, Phil.
Yeah, well, it's a lot.
That's normally $60. So, like I said, I was itching. I was like, well, I can put it on my bookshelf.
I always see their big, their big figures on sale for like 50% off. They're like $15.
Oh yeah, that fucking giant fucking Darth Vader.
Or I've seen Chewie before and a couple of the Stormtroopers.
Well, the new movies are coming out. I've been to Walmart.
I still wouldn't spend the money though.
Nah. I got a whole mess load of action figures, but
it's tempting because they're big. It's the size. They tempt you because of the size.
I don't have any of my old Star Wars figures, but all I ever had was a Chewie and a Luke. So it's not like they're... I never able to get my hands on a Boba Fett,
Hey,
though.
at least you got a Luke.
I know. Never got my hands on a Boba Fett, though. Yeah, I had the land speeder one. You know that little fucking thing he would blast... He said he blast womp rats in?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because it was cool because I got a vehicle and Luke, and it could fit 3 other people, but I was a poor ass, broke fucking child, so I was only able to buy Chewy. Because that's the thing that sucks about it, like, if you want a figure bad enough nowadays, you can just go online and pay. You might have to pay for it, but you can get it. Back in the day, we had to just go to the stores and look for them all fucking day long. And every time I'd always go to the fucking toy store and look for Star Wars figures, there was nothing there other than stormtroopers and the fucking people from the cantina. You know, the ones that, like, it's Star Wars, everyone gets
Don't matter.
Yeah, the ones that don't matter. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna fucking, the band, I'm gonna play, do. I don't want to do, you don't want to do that as a 5-year-old.
You want to shoot stuff.
Yeah, you want fucking Han Solo and Leia and fucking, I never bought I'm lying, I bought a couple Stormtroopers, I bought like 3 Stormtroopers. You know, because you gotta have bad guys.
Yeah.
But, yeah, you know, is the guy playing the fucking flute in the background gonna shoot a Stormtrooper in the face?
No.
No! But we were talking about Halloween costumes, not my hatred of fucking my love/hatred of action figures. But apparently, according to USA Today, the #1 Halloween costume of 2015, Harley Quinn.
Movie.
Yeah, and they're showing the movie costume here, which is her, like, dressed up like a roller derby girl. Remember those chicks skates that tackle each other?
Yeah.
Because they have anger issues.
Was awesome.
Yeah. Oh, that movie, yeah, it was roller derby. Yeah. But, I don't know. I've always been...
show.
Oh, roller...
I don't know, it was something like that.
Yeah, it was on after ECW back when the Spike Channel was TNN. Roller derby or something, I can't remember. It was stupid.
The National Network.
Yeah. Showing our age again, though. TN what?
Someone's gonna be like, damn, they know that?
Yeah. I remember back in the day. And like I said, Harley Quinn's the #1.
Juggalo Harley?
Yeah, Juggalo Harley, right?
I was just saying, Juggalo Harley.
Yeah, Juggalo Harley. Which, I don't know, I don't really hate her, I hate the new 52 design, which people call Juggalo Harley. And the Suicide Squad, Harley Quinn here is kind of Juggalo Harley too. Alternate Harley chick. But I don't know, like I said, I grew up in the 90s. Batman, the animated series, is probably the reason I got into comics in the first place. So I always preferred the Harley Quinn clown girl outfit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And really, do you need to sexify up Harley Quinn anymore? She's wearing a fucking skin tight outfit to begin with. I don't know. Maybe kids are just really into albino people.
Plus, her tits aren't as big as the animated series girls' tits.
Bruce Timm, man. Even when he draws an ugly... Yeah, I say Bruce Timm, even when he draws an ugly girl, she's still beautiful looking to him. And Bruce Timm did the character design of Harley Quinn. He didn't create the character. Paul Dini did. So don't send me an angry email. Okay, so now that we're done talking about the top 10 Halloween costumes of 2015, this kind of ties back into the old classic staples of the show we haven't done in a while. So you know what time it is?
The Suicide Squad watch?
It's time for a Suicide Watch!
Oh no, what?
It's been a while!
Been so long ago.
I know, it's been a while!
It's a miracle!
It's back! Put down the blade, Bizarro Matt! Put down the blade, Bizarro Matt! Me no mean it! But yeah, it's back! Take a shot if you actually remember that.
It's about time!
I know. Oh, Phil, the show just ain't the same without the Suicide Watch. What am I supposed to do with all these razor blades?
It strikes again.
But of course, we're not talking about killing ourselves. We're talking about DC's upcoming action movie, based on the legendary comic, The Suicide Squad. Empire Magazine, which, I don't know, talks about entertainment shit, I guess. They have this mad purple jacket wearing fucking Joker on there. Wearing a pair of Arkham pants. And they got a couple other pictures, some more screenshots, or I guess, for the movie. Right there, you can see Amanda Waller right there with some photos of the people that are going to be on the squad. Harley Quinn, obviously, Killer Croc,
Yeah, I see.
Captain Boomerang, El Diablo, and Slipknot there.
Yep, I can see him at the end.
Showing their mugshots, I guess. And then we got the first picture, the first real good look at the Enchantress, which she's not, like I said, I made this joke back then, she's not the fucking Marvel Enchantress, so I don't give a fuck. I'm calling it right now.
She's not hot.
Yeah, well, she's alright.
She's gonna get ganked.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think she's dead. Like I said, if I don't know her and it's the Suicide Squad, someone's gotta die.
That thing looks fake on her head.
She's got some weird crescent moon thing on her head. But she's like some magic character or something. In the comics, I don't know about the movie, obviously. But I'm calling it right now. I think she's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's gonna get shot up.
Don't look too convincing to me, really.
But here's the one I want to talk about. We get our first real good look at Killer Croc there. One of my favorite, I guess, D-list Batman D-list Batman villains of all times.
Overlooked a lot.
Oh, yeah. One of my favorites. They're trying to bump him in the New 52. Kind of, not like an anti-hero, but more of a sympathetic villain. You know, because look at him, he's just a guy with a weird skin.
He looks kind of like a crocodile thing.
Yeah, he's just a guy with a weird skin disease that makes him look like a reptile. And I don't read it, but there's a book, Gotham Academy, which is about some hoity-toity high school in Gotham. And Killer Croc's like some girl's like sword protector, mystic monster kind of guy or something like that. It's weird. I don't know. I never read it, but I read it.
That sounds retarded.
Well, the feel is a boy and his dog, a girl and his monster. You know,
right.
That classic story. But I don't know. Like I said, I want to see him because the makeup actually looks really good. He looks like a guy that has crocodile skin. Like he looks like a giant. Well, he's not giant, but he looks like a big lizard guy. But I want to see what it looks like when he talks. You know.
I remember in the game he was freaking a tank. Remember?
Arkham Asylum. Yeah.
He was a freaking tank.
Yeah, he's like fucking 12 foot tall or
At
whatever.
least, yeah.
Well, that's the thing they do it in the comics. In the comics, he's just a guy. He's a big dude. He's like a Jason Voorhees type guy.
Yeah.
He's like Leatherface, but with
That's like legendary.
Yeah. He's supposed to be like a Leatherface, but with like super bad reptile skin. You know, just a big hulking 300-pound shithouse, as I say.
A door.
Yeah, a door. You know, brick shithouse. Like, you know, he goes through you. You don't go through him. But sometimes they do that in the comics too. Like they draw him like a giant, 12-foot tall monster.
Heck yeah.
And in one storyline, it was kind of stupid. I didn't like this. He actually, got reptile DNA put into him so he could have a tail and stupid shit. It was dumb. Like I said, it happened, then they ignored it. My favorite kind of retcon, Phil, the ones we don't talk about.
Terrible.
Yeah. There's Killer Croc and Harley Quinn in an alleyway. You've seen this in the trailer where Harley Quinn takes the baseball bat and acts like it's a shotgun.
Yeah.
So that's not exactly new. Here's the new one, though.
It's the Focus chick.
Yeah, it's the one everyone's been waiting for. It's Harleen Quinzel, the doctor, talking to the Joker, and Arkham most likely treating him.
And getting wet.
Oh, brutal. But yeah, where she falls in love with...
Yeah, I remember, she played one, she was the psychiatrist or whatever for a bit.
Yeah, where this is obviously like in Mad Love, where
Yep.
she's the Joker's psychologist, and she falls in love and goes back on her doctor's degree and becomes a serial killer. I don't know. The Joker... Maybe Joker should write a love book. Because he's got that bitch around his pinky finger, right?
He should be a rapper.
Well, he kind of looks like a rapper in this version with all them tattoos and that fucking pimp jacket and shit. Maybe him and 50 Cent are hitting the clubs.
Though, nobody would hit him with the plastic bottle. Like, who did that? Who did that? Like, you over there? Somebody grab him.
Then a bunch of guys in clown masks come out and drag him off, drag him out back. Right?
It's like no one would hit him with a plastic bottle.
Get away with it.
Who did that?
Well, that was fucked up, getting wet.
Oh, yeah. She was. She was like, ew.
We are a podcast, the classiest podcast on the internet. Right after Rage Select. Oh, you broke my train of thought, man. I can't.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit.
It was like getting wet.
Well, we're still on the Suicide Watch, and there was an interview too where Will Smith is playing Deadshot, and he said that the Suicide Squad is like a love story, or a three-way triangle. You know, obviously meaning him, Harley Quinn, and the Joker. And I didn't see it. What was that movie where Margot Robbie and Will Smith were like common, banging?
Focus.
Yeah.
I saw it.
Yeah, and they're in this together, so I guess that kind of makes sense. And
you'd lift her up though and carry her to a room.
Oh really? I didn't see the movie. Was the movie any good? Don't go into like a full review. Just give me your okay. Was bad or not?
Basically, it's her stealing through the entire movie, and at the end, they don't get any money. Basically, he pays off his dad to cover him, but she happens to steal Homeboy's watch, which is worth like $250,000. And at the end, it's a cliffhanger. Basically, they show her carrying him to the hospital, and they show her, and she's got that watch on her wrist. And then he smiles like I can work with that. And then that's the end. It's a cliffhanger.
So is it any good or not?
No, not really.
Not worth your time. Probably gonna be forgotten 5 years.
It's a one-timer. I would watch it one
time.
time.
So like Halloween H2O.
Yeah, just watch it one time. I didn't feel a need to watch it again. But basically, it's her going through and stealing through the entire movie.
Well, like I said, you don't have to get this suck.
Yeah, it's
did it suck or not is what I'm asking.
I would only watch it one time.
Yeah, but based on that, do you still see? You're not that familiar with Deadshot, but you know who Harley Quinn is more or less from the cartoon.
Right.
You still see them kind of playing off each other. And,
yeah.
The Suicide Squad is what I was trying to lead to.
Yeah, I do.
Jared Leto is obviously the Joker in this, and he's supposed to be like the abusive boyfriend. Well, he's the fucking Joker. He's a psychopath.
Yeah.
Even in that Mad Love episode, it's pretty brutal. He smacks Harley Quinn. He pushes her out a window and shit. It's what is mostly a Mad Love from Batman the Animated Series was supposed to be a children's cartoon, more or less. It's pretty fucked up, like I said.
It's kind of a I'll murder you and you murder me type thing. A little bit.
Oh, in the comic books, their relationship is totally abusive. Like, they both shot and stabbed each other.
It's kind of like, let's see who's going to kill who first.
Yeah, I was about to say, they both stabbed and shot each other so many times. Sex just isn't as much fun unless you're bleeding. What the fuck? Guess it gets back into the horror theme of the episode.
It's like, well, she likes the black eye treatment.
Hey, how's your eye doing? Dot. Yeah, she actually has a black eye at the end of that episode, too. That's, like I said,
I know, I saw that.
Her head's all bandaged up. She's in a fucking broken leg and a broken arm and shit. They have to wheel her. They have to push her in a wheelchair into her room. And then at the end, he says, "I'm sorry, Mr. J." And, oh, you what a sweetheart. Abusive relationships, people. Not good.
Good sucker.
Yeah. But they've done this in the comics too. Like, I quit reading New 52 Suicide Squad around like issue.
Yeah, I know. Once in a while, she tries to kill him, right?
Oh, they both try to kill each other. Like you said, they're who's going to kill who first. They both
Yeah.
try to kill each other all the time.
But I know they got some of those where she's tried to kill him before, and
She stretches.
happens to not be successful or something.
Well, Joker created. There was a theme park. Someone in Gotham, for whatever reason, wanted to create a theme park based on Batman and Robin, all his supervillains.
Right.
So he made a roller coaster that was supposed to be like the Joker's roller coaster or whatever. So the Joker's big plan was to turn that roller coaster into a death trap and strap Batman and the guy that started the theme park into it and have him get killed, more or less. But it was a trick. Joker was pissed off at Harley Quinn for, I don't know, he's, like I said, psychopath. I can't really reason with the guy. Decided his real plan was to put the park owner and Harley Quinn into the trap and have Harley get killed in the theme park because, you know, if you're Frank Miller, you think the Joker's secretly in love with Batman. Which, he kind of is, I guess. But Harley Quinn figures it out. She straps his ass to the fucking death trap. It blows up. Once
Right.
again, you never find the body. Dr. Doom's glove comes out of the rubble. Next story.
I know what he meant.
Yeah, next story.
He's saying the Joker has to be around for there to be a Batman.
Yeah. Pretty much every writer's ever wrote it like that. Like, if there was no Batman, there'd be no Joker. If there was no
Right.
Joker, there'd be no Batman. Yeah.
Good and evil.
Two sides of the same coin.
Yep. There's got to be good and there's got to be evil, no matter what. If there's no evil, there can't be good.
Phil, there's a reason why people have been writing
La
about.
la hippie.
Yeah, but Phil, there's a reason why people have been writing about these characters for over 75 years.
Right. La la hippie.
Oh, I
You
totally.
won't kill me because of blah 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 blah.
Yeah. Well, I agree with you in the sense of the comic books and fictional world. Yeah, I don't want Batman to kill the Joker because that kind of proves his point that everyone's corruptible, everyone's evil deep down, yada. But if the Joker was a real person, I'd want that motherfucker dead. Right? I don't care about your morality, quote Batman. This guy's obviously been shown he's albino Hitler. Except for he doesn't hate the Jews, he hates everyone.
Yeah. And that's what I don't like about the whole Arkham City idea.
Oh, putting all the criminals in one part of town.
Well, yeah.
It off.
Yeah, all the citizens are good with this whole part of town being closed off because there's nothing but criminals in it and they can't enter it or go in it. That pissed me off. Even though you might get killed, but still. I wouldn't be good with that.
Well, like I said, Phil, you're one of the richest people in the world. Why are you going anywhere near a place called Crime Fucking Alley?
It's true. I'd be like, where are my tax dollars going? Where are my tax dollars going to, right?
There used to be a
To this
deli.
big giant wall in front of this part of the city? Come on.
Hell yeah. There used to be a deli 3 blocks away from my house that served the best meatball sub ever. You know what there's now? A fucking wall. I can see that now too. A guy wakes up, he walks outside, looks over. Oh yeah, there's a fucking bunch of psychopaths on the other side of that thing, ain't there?
I mean, the game's fun, but I'd be mad. I'd be pissed.
Well, remember in the game, it's all political bullshit.
Yeah.
They're gonna nuke that. They're gonna
Blow up the city.
blow up the city.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah. People just want to wipe Gotham off the face of the earth for some reason. Granted, it's a shithole, but goddamn.
They did their part in the war. They shouldn't want to wipe it off. Like the way they built them highways, man. Quick transport.
That's been Rachel Will's motivation for the last 20 years. Gotham needs to burn.
Just because of Bruce Wayne or something, probably.
No. Well, Phil, we haven't talked about this on mic, but I've told you before. Gotham's just a shithole. Like the most.
Well, you know, apparently something's always fucking going on there that involves a fucking crime. Yeah. Obviously.
Have you been watching Gotham?
No, but I saw I saw after the big shootout with the Gotham police station.
Oh, where
and Gordon throwing that dude out the window. I saw that.
Not Joker shooting up the PD.
Right, I didn't see that one yet because it's not up yet.
Yeah. Well, they're
sweet.
Season 2 of Gotham I like a little bit better because they're kind of going into like Gotham's just this crazy place. Like people were they were looking for someone that was selling not Commissioner Gordon, Detective Gordon was looking for someone called the Merc who was selling like high-end explosives or something like that to someone. But then they show what the Merc is, and it's not a person. It's like the Walmart of illegal guns, explosives, and shit. You know, it's the like I said, and there's shit like that in Gotham. Like
a warehouse.
Yeah, it's like a warehouse. It's a warehouse, like Sam's Club or Walmart of illegal weapons.
Right.
And the last one, they had the Firefly, the guy with the jetpack and flamethrower. They do their little take on the Firefly, where it's a teenage girl this time that knows Catwoman, or soon-to-be Catwoman, and they rob a sex trade auction, I guess. And they have the chicks on chains. I get 8,000 over here, 9,000 over here, and then Catwoman and Firefly show up and burn shit and shoot people and steal all the money and free all the girls. And did I ever show you this with they have the Gotham sex dungeon where where people dress up like Wonder Woman and shit?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, people get paid to get tied up and get beat up by chicks that are dressed up like Wonder Woman and Supergirl and shit.
Get like sleeper holds.
Yeah.
I've seen that before.
Yeah, that's fucking weird.
Wow.
Yeah, like I said, Gotham's a fucking hellhole. It's a weird place.
Shit, that's fun.
Yeah. Tie me up with your magic lasso. Not around the neck! It's like Sin City, but with a bat instead of a guy in a trench coat. Plus, there's all kinds of fucking cultists and weirdo people. So, you know how many times the mayor turned out to be an evil sadist? Not a good place to live. Even Batman himself said, "Good people shouldn't live here." Light of the day, self-righteous. Get out of here, Harrison Ford. We chose Ben Affleck.
Yeah, it's like, good people should live in subdivisions, not here in the city. Instead, they should move to the subdivisions because there are good people there.
They should move to a Wayne Tech subdivision, condos, for an affordable price, and free cable.
Eventually, they'll be good.
Trust me, it's all good. I got Robin watching the place 24/7.
What one? Don't ask. Don't ask.
I think I brought like 2 or 3 of them back from the dead. It's all good. Don't worry about it.
Like, don't ask.
Ghost Hardigan. Hey, Phil's is Halloween episode. We brought in the Ghost Hardigan reference. Don't worry about it. That's what that means.
Yep. Because Ghost Hardigan, that's why.
Yeah. It just happened. Don't worry.
That's it.
Yeah. It just happened. Don't worry about it.
Don't say anything else about it.
Why are you still talking about it? Should have Phil brought back the watch. Didn't see that coming, did you?
No.
Well, I'm surprised it wasn't. That story's old as hell.
It is.
Not old as hell, but...
Almost season 5, man. Or episode 5, almost.
I know. It's been a while. I should have been Butters for Halloween. Right? Just put on a blonde wig. Well, I got the beard. That's the problem. That's the problem with most of my costumes. Like I said, I would have been Grumple Stan, but they didn't have that they would have just had the fedora.
You know who could have been? Blonde-Kai.
Blonde-Kai!
That'd have been sweet.
Yeah, get a prep jacket. dye my hair blonde, or just get, like you say, get one of the blonde wigs. I'm not gonna actually dye my hair. I was also thinking, like, Phil, what we should have done too, we should have done, like, this isn't exactly twin costumes, but, I could have been Greg from Steven Universe, because all that is just a white beater, some blue jean shorts and sandals, and you could have been Craig from Clarence. Right? Because all that is just a white beater, some blue jean shorts, and I think he wears shoes or something, I don't know, we'll have to look it up. Right?
I could have said trick or treat like him.
And then we could have done like Craig and,
I'd like to get him and that character from the Muppets together. See who can smoke more.
Oh, that the saxophone player that's all burnt out.
Yep. Remember the way she talks? It sounds just like him almost.
Oh, you mean the girl?
Yep.
Yeah, like whatever. That girl.
Yep, that one.
From Dr. Teeth and Electric Mayhem. Oh, I love Dr. Teeth and Electric Mayhem though. When they get their own show.
She sounds like she smokes as much as Craig.
But right, Phil, don't Craig and Greg seem like they would be hanging out in the back of that van getting high all day?
Heck yeah.
Well, I've told you this before, you know, when he's supposed to be watching when Greg is supposed to be watching the Clarence and the kids and shit, he's always in the other room getting high.
Definitely.
That's when the door's locked, he's in there like bong is like.
He never lets him in the room.
That's only comes out when they're playing music and watching movies and shit. He's like, oh shit, a movie about a lizard president?
Yeah, that way he can open the window and it airs out.
Hit, blow, hit, blow. Yeah, those would have been easy costumes to do. Should have did that. I don't want white beer though. Not white trash. I don't live in a trailer park. Actually, I could have been white trash in trouble. Like I said, that same outfit, except for you carry around a can of Pabst Blue Ribbon all day.
Too bad he didn't have a blue denim hat.
Oh God!
That's what completes it.
Yeah, that's true white trash when you have a denim hat.
No.
Plus,
it's a classic.
I know, I was going to say, Phil, I wear blue jeans till the day I die, but I ain't never wearing no fucking denim hat.
Well, blue jeans are reliable.
That's what makes me glad I'm a male, because blue jeans and t-shirt will probably never go out of fashion. Never go out of fashion.
Hey, they're durable.
Yeah, it works. Just as long
Plus,
as
everything goes good with blue jeans.
Yeah. Well, like I said, all I'm wearing right now is that skeleton t-shirt and blue jeans right now anyway. Barry Matto gave half a fuck about his costume. Right? As long as your t-shirt doesn't say, like, free mustache rides, you're fucking good, right? Every once in a while...
Unrated, man.
Every once in a while you find something good and that find out. I gotta get my Hammer DVD back from Dad. But every once in a while you'll find something good in that $5 DVD then. Actually, now I think about it, I got all 3 Child's Play movies.
Sweet.
$5 bin.
Well, where's Bride of Chucky, man? You gotta get Bride of Chucky.
I don't gotta get... Seed of Chucky and Bride of Chucky, I don't need to see.
I like Bride of Chucky better than the Seed, though.
Bride of Chucky was alright.
Seed, I don't care about that at all.
Bride of Chucky was alright. It was kind of a ha-ha, look how funny.
What was the other one, the new one they did? After Seed of Chucky, remember?
Oh, yeah, we watched that last year.
That was better than Seed of Chucky, I thought.
Yeah.
Seed of Chucky was terrible.
Well, because Bride of Chucky...
Horrible.
Bride of Chucky was like a comedy.
Barf.
And Seed of Chucky was trying to be like an absurdist comedy.
Yeah, that was Hurl.
That's why the kid with no dick is somehow still pissing himself.
Yeah, I hated that. Plus, apparently, they're already making a new one.
Unfortunately...
Or there have been talks about it.
Yeah, I was going to say, unfortunately, Chucky has gone the way of straight to DVD. Curse of Chucky. That's the new one. Child's Play. So it's 1, 2, and 3. I think are actually legitimately good, right? You can agree with me on that.
Yep.
Bride of Chucky is kind of enjoyable. I got a couple chuckles out of it. Like I said, when the one guy gets his face pumped full of nails, and then he wakes up and then Chucky stabs his ass to death. And he was like, man, that guy reminds me of someone. You know, Pinhead, because he's got a bunch of nails in his face. I thought that kind of enjoyable. But we've been going off. Seed of Chucky sucks.
Yeah, it does.
Piece of shit fucking movie. And that's the other thing that was weird about it. Like, in 1, 2, and 3, Child's Play, or it's known as like a cursed doll. It's think of like an urban myth. You know, they think the kid was crazy and he was the one doing the murders the whole time.
Yep.
Even though it was really the doll.
Voodoo.
Running from my magic. Yeah. Plus voodoo. That's fucking creepy.
It is.
Yeah. But in Seed of Chucky, they were making movies based on what was supposedly a real life event. You know. And
yeah, I remember. You're right.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
And the because they had the cliffhanger.
Well, I remember they showed all the crowd cheering at him and stuff.
Yeah.
I remember. Yeah.
And the cliffhanger ending from Bride of Chucky was what was her name? The girl from Bride of Chucky, Tila or something like that.
Tia Leone.
Yeah. Tia Leone, the actress. Character name doesn't matter. But her puppet character spits out a baby at the end.
Yep.
And Seed of Chucky is that baby, but he was picked up by circus people or something, and he was like a British sideshow freak.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really, really creepy.
It's really
he was
fucking
like
weird.
A weird British wimpy sideshow type guy that, you know, was a pacifist and didn't like violence and just it didn't make any sense.
And
he loved people or something.
Yeah,
he
he snuck onto the movie set and said the Annie Dooley Dewala speech over the puppets from the movies. But the way the Chucky movies works is you gotta have like one piece of the original Chucky doll and put it into a new doll and it possesses that doll, you know?
Yep.
This one, he's just like, magic, clap to, Verata, you know, then, now they're these dolls. Okay.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, that fucking sucked.
It did.
But yeah, then they came back in 2013 with The Curse of Chucky, which I guess Seed of Chucky and shit still kind of existed, but they just ignore all that shit. Like I said, I feel my favorite. Yeah, like I said, I feel my favorite kind of retcon, the one we don't talk about.
No, I'm glad they did.
Yeah, they just kind of ignore that shit until the end. I'm not gonna spoil it, but yeah, Chucky was always one of my favorite. He's probably actually like horror movie monster. He was always my favorite, you know, because I don't know, freaky little redheaded doll.
Well, it is pretty scary to
you.
think that you know, something that's like freaking 3-4 something inches, you know, running around trying to kill you.
Yeah, stabbing you in the ankle and shit.
I mean, I used to think they might be under my bed or something, you know. That's why I'd get scared.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I'm going to try to stand up, he's going to cut my ankles, and I'm going to fall. Like, ah.
Yeah.
But see, when they're that tall, they can be anywhere.
Yeah.
That's why you start looking around the room like, oh, damn, they can be anywhere.
Start doing jumping rope in your own house. Where is it? Oh,
yeah, it'll scare you.
Yeah. But yeah, the Chucky doll is obviously based on remember My Buddy doll?
Yep. My Little Buddy.
Yeah, My Little Buddy. Freaky little redheaded freak doll too. I still have my Cabbage Patch and my Kermit the Frog from when I was a little kid. and I don't remember this, but I told Mom when I was a teenager, like it was Halloween, she asked me, oh, what's one of your favorite? Because we've watched horror movies since we were fucking 3, so...
Yeah.
So she was like, oh, hey, what's one of your favorite horror movie characters? I was like, oh, or scariest. I was like, Chucky. Chucky's,
up on him.
Yeah, Chucky freaks the fuck out of me, even to this day still. And she was like, oh, really? I was like, yeah, why? She was like, oh, because even she knew that Chucky's based on the My Little Buddy doll. She's like, yeah, after I got you the Cabbage Patch doll, I got you a My Little Buddy, like, when I was like 3 or 4 or something.
Whoa.
Yeah, and she said, yeah, you used to drag it out into the backyard all the time and beat it up with a plastic hammer I gave you. So she eventually gave it away. And I was like, ha! Now I understand why Chucky freaks me out so much.
Yeah.
And Phil, even Clarence did. He even freaks out Clarence. Remember? Little buddy, my little buddy, is my very best friend. And Phil, remember I was about to say that, I might as well mention it now. Last week I was talking shit saying that Clarence and Regular Show didn't do a Halloween special. Just as I get done editing the episode and putting it online, guess what I see a fucking commercial for? Clarence and Regular Show Halloween special.
They're always a day late.
I know. I gotta find a better news site. Little buddy, my little buddy, he's my very best friend. Phil's dog fucking freaky, man.
I know.
Ginger kids, like South Park, remember? South Park made a whole episode about that.
It's true.
They have no soul. Isn't that what Children of the Corn is really about? Malachi being a freaky...
It's one of those myths about New York. Ginger kids are mostly born violent. Just kidding.
They're sick of being the outcast, so. Little buddy, it's in my head. Little buddy, he's my very best friend. He's gonna stick it in my what?
In my record skip.
Phil, who do you think would win a fight between Doc Brown and Rick Sanchez from Rick and Morty?
Doc Brown.
Oh, what? Rick would portal gun that fucker's head off.
Yeah, because Doc Brown made it.
He is alcoholic, Doc Brown, so I guess you got me there.
It's like, Matt, come on, man. Like, wait, what did that run on? Didn't he make a vehicle that ran on trash?
Yeah, the DeLorean, and
Yeah,
I think...
It's like, see, he made a vehicle that can ran on trash, man.
Yeah,
Anything is possible.
Yeah, let's say Back to the Future 2, I think it runs on trash.
Hell yeah. That's why you don't have 2 portal guns.
That's the problem with the portal gun. You kind of write yourself into a hole, a corner,
Right.
you know? Because why doesn't he just use the portal gun? That could be your excuse for everything. Why does he just use the portal gun?
Well, if you're a smart enough person, you try to take samples from where you're at and see what you can develop. I bet that only comes from a certain part of the universe or something. Something that you can't get, by just going down to the store.
Oh,
It's like you got to take a shuttle to get there or something. Probably.
well, that's what I said. That's why don't we I mentioned off mic before, because Rick is living with his daughter. Why doesn't he just sell the portal gun technology and make like $1 billion in like one fucking day, right?
Yeah.
Well, because that portal gun juice don't come that shit's hard to find.
Right.
If you got 1 billion people using it, I can't use it, right?
That's true.
So maybe maybe next week we should go with Rick and Morty. Just find a lab coat, put on an Einstein wig, you can carry a flask around all night.
Oh, yeah.
Portal gun.
Come on, if you had a portal gun, they'd be gone in one night.
Shut
Rob
up.
Bain.
Yeah, pop it in.
Rob Bain.
Or like I said, could cut someone in half.
Well, if you had a portal gun, you could suck all the shit out, maybe.
Well, you need a suction portal gun.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, too, you can cut someone in half with the damn portal gun, right? Put the top half of their head on a portal, and then the bottom half just flops down, right?
Oh, yeah. But, yeah, you could rob a bank if you had a portal gun, though. Definitely. Like, why wouldn't you do that anyway? But you could do that one time, and you'd be out. They'd never see you again. You're not going to go back there, obviously.
Unless they actually...
So, you gotta think of where you want to do it, because... You're not going to be able to go back there again.
Well, Phil, that's the thing, too. Remember, the portal gun can travel between dimensions, too. So rob a bank in Dimension A, and then go to Dimension C or whatever, right? As long as they use the same kind of currency, right?
Maybe right. I didn't think about that.
You think the po-pos are going to travel across dimension to find your ass?
Maybe you could play it smart. Knock off a bunch of scrub banks instead, right? Where the cops are never at.
Imagine it was a portal gun. You can literally, if you, like, I don't know if it's like preset, but if you, like, do it like preset 5 destinations in there.
Yeah.
You literally just, like, walk through a portal, grab a bunch of money, walk through a portal, grab a bunch of money, walk through a portal. Phil, if we made the game Portal, it would have just been about robbing a bank, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Probably.
Okay, so we talked about one of my favorite horror movie icons and series of all time. So, what's one of yours?
Well, it might seem like a lame choice, but I just figured out probably the Slender Man thing. Because of all the things, popping up about how people have gone crazy and killed each other because, of the Slender Man legend. Yeah.
Nurgle question?
Yep. Because people have actually acted on that. And plus, it's, I didn't really think of it until the other day, but it kind of reminds me of a murderer that's kind of speaking out against, like, teen suicide with, like, pills and stuff like that. Because it didn't really make sense till the other day, till I started thinking about it, really. But I think it's kind of a murderer who,
The Slender Man is a murderer?
Yeah, the Slender Man is a murderer that tries to tell you to stay away from pills because, the spike in the teen suicide deaths with pills and
I was about to say, apparently...
stuff like that.
Yeah,
I didn't really think of it till the other day, but it started to make sense a little bit.
So Slender Man's telling you to stay away from pills. Why do people kill themselves on pills because of the Slender Man?
Right. Kind of like that. Like, it's kind of like a kill two birds with one stone type thing. That makes sense.
He's, well, not real, but he's semi-real life Freddy Krueger.
Right. But it does have something to do with kind of Freddy Krueger.
Kind of, yeah, kids' dreams. In the Freddy Krueger movies, they kind of pass them off as suicides for a while. They've made,
Well, it did actually spike deaths, though.
Yeah, that's the weird thing about the Slender Man. I don't know, it's kind of an interesting story or whatever. It's, I guess, like a creepypasta or whatever you want to call it. But people have, like, Photoshop. It's an internet meme, I guess, or it's just...
Yeah, I know.
The Slender Man is just this
I've
big...
heard of those before.
Yeah, the big tall guy, and he has no face, and tentacles coming out the back, and he has a thing for children. It was kind of weird. And you heard about the two girls that were... They attacked one of their friends or something and stabbed it.
Yep.
She luckily survived, but they stabbed the shit out of her, saying that,
I remember that.
They said the Slender Man made them do it.
Plus, when we set his house on fire.
Oh, yeah, that guy
people still sleeping inside it.
I don't know. Like
People they were motivated by it, though.
I don't know. Some people are just fucking crazy and they'll just fucking attach themselves to something.
I don't see no Jason type attacks.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. You don't see a guy running around with a steak knife taped to his finger, stabbing people in the alley.
Or burning on fire and going through fields and still chopping people.
Yeah.
That was wild.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm not like a huge Slender Man fan or something. I've seen some videos online and stuff about it. His origin or whatever. Like I said, he's just this big, tall, slinky guy with no face and tentacles coming out of his back who likes kids for some reason. And I've seen a couple of funny Photoshop pictures online. Like, there's one where Mabel and Dipper from Gravity Falls are looking at something and the Slender Man's in the background.
I remember that.
Yeah. I don't know. But, yeah, like you said, ain't nobody running around stabbing people with a machete because Jason told them to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
For some reason, when people think of the Slender Man, I don't know, they naturally pop pills?
I don't know. 1, 2, Slender's coming for you. 3, 4. I don't know. I got nothing after that one.
Well, let's see.
I don't know. I don't know. They made a YouTube. There's a bunch of videos on YouTube about the Slender Man, but they've made like 1 or 2 independent movies on YouTube about the Slender Man, and I never watched none of them.
Plus, Shane Dawson was in it, so I wouldn't take it seriously.
Yeah.
I was like, what's he doing in it? Somehow landed that.
Phil, like I said, kick him in the balls. Well, you probably have to punch him because he's pretty tall, but punch him in the balls. You think Slender Man's going to see that coming?
Nope, that's true.
Bringing it back.
Well, like I said, that's why you grab something. Anything to the balls is going to mess somebody up.
Do like the Doom guy. Rip and tear! Rip and tear!
He'll be doing something, that's for sure.
Oh.
Rip, tear, turd, rip, tear, turd, rip, tear, turd.
Hey, is that a carotid artery?
It better be.
Yeah, Slender Man's pretty creepy.
Actual axe. And I was like, but it's not real.
Yeah.
It's still.
I don't know. Like I said, some people are just fucked up. Like,
Social media.
Yeah. Sometimes you need to point a finger at someone. And what better person to point a finger at than a person that doesn't actually exist?
Or a rock star.
Or rock star.
It's like, or rock star.
Grand Theft Auto turned my child into a delinquent thug. Oh, well, speaking of that, remember Manhunt?
Yep.
That was actually a pretty scary game too for its day. Same thing. I can't remember. Some kid like beat a drug dealer up or something at a playground with a hammer or something,
Yeah,
or stabbed him with a screwdriver or something like that. And he blamed it on Manhunt too. Like I said, you gotta have that finger to point.
Yep. Oh, that game sucked.
Manhunt 2 sucked.
I didn't even get to see it though in the second one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Manhunt 2
The
sucked.
first one, they showed all of it.
Well, Phil, like I said, we'll probably never be able to do this again, but remember that one, we gotta talk about this night. Manhunt, the original one, the Smiley Gang, the psychopaths that took over the asylum.
Yep.
And Manhunt, you're filming like a snuff movie or something. Like every level's like a different fucking snuff tape or something.
It's got cameras.
Yeah. And, the Smiley Gang are a bunch of like psychopaths and shit. And they're like, my gang! And they'll be like, no, mommy, no!
Talk to themselves and shit.
Yeah, they say all kinds of creepy shit.
They're whack.
Yeah. But we should have, like I said, we'll probably never be able to recreate this, but we should have been living I wish we filmed this one time. it's in the part where you're in the like maximum security point. Remember, and you were just running around in circles, just hitting everybody,
Yep.
hiding in shadows, taking someone out, then popping out, and beating 2 people to death with a baseball bat, or like hitting one dude to death and then knocking someone halfway out and then running. Oh, it was amazing. And, like, one of the best parts was like we always talk about this, like, you just beat the crap out of like 3 dudes in a dark shadow. You took one out with the stealth killed, and then you beat the other 2 to death. And then you were trying to run out, and a guy turned the corner at the wrong time. I was like, what the hell?
Yep.
Baseball bat to the nose. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, it was great. Maybe we should look that up. That's got to be a thing on YouTube. Let's look up Manhunt speed run.
Probably. That'd be sweet.
Yeah, that's a fucking brutal ass game too.
What was my favorite mission too?
I like the one where you get to kill the white supremacists with machetes.
Heck yeah. But you're trapped in a prison, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Why did they never make that in a movie?
Yeah, that's true. That'd have been great.
Yeah. Extreme 8mm. Okay. So to end our first annual Halloween Spoooktacular special, I sent out the request for some emails or posts for something we should look at for Halloween. Then what I got was a comment from Jesse Blue on our Facebook, the Overlord Chain Squad. That's more. It's I don't know, more or less our fucking page, I guess. But Jesse Blue wanted us to take a look at Leprechaun in the Hood and Leprechaun in Space. And I have seen these movies. I am not going to rewatch these movies. I know you requested these movies because they are a pile of shit, and you're trying to torture me in some way, shape, or form, because it gives you a boner. So instead, what we're going to do is we're going to watch the trailer, try to remember shit from this bullshit, and make fun of it. So, with that being said, here's our commentary over Leprechaun in the Hood. They made 3 of these fucking Leprechaun in the Hood fucking movies too, so at least he didn't ask us to marathon that, I guess. Don't be giving them ideas, Phil. But here's the fucking trailer for Leprechaun in the Hood, not the Hood, D-A, fool, get it right. Which I think stars Ice-T as a rapper, instead of a guy that's tracking down sex offenders.
Leprechauns, born of earth magic. They were protectors of the king's gold and punish anyone who would steal it. But after the king died, they were all whisked away back into the earth. Except for one.
He was like, fuck that, I'm keeping this shit.
You want to hear? Yeah. I haven't smoked a good pipe in a long time.
Smoking bomb, Phil. It's relevant. It's relevant.
Wolves have tried to steal my riches. Hello, love.
It's a leprechaun and he's after us. He wants his gold back.
Come on! Damn! What is this mercy? You compromised all you believed in once you got the gold.
No more running.
I like her.
You're going back to hell tonight.
How tall are you, sweetie?
About 3'6".
3'6".
I make up for it in other areas.
Oh, this is wonderful working, baby.
Joke.
I was gonna say, Phil, I fucked up. I looked up the trailer for Leprechaun
Hello?
in the Hood 2, which I didn't even see. But goddamn, that was... Like I said, they made 3 of these fucking movies. Why? And just, well, like I said, I looked up the wrong trailer. I don't even care. I'm not going back to that. Although the one thing is like, why does there like shotgun? Just shotgun everything in the face. I only saw Leprechaun in space once on the Sci-Fi Channel at like 3 o'clock in the morning when I was shit-faced. And even shit-faced, that shit was terrible. It looked like it was done by a high school.
Sandpaper?
Yeah, it looked like it was done by a high school drama performance of something, or it looked like a high school drama version of 2001: A Space Odyssey. And it was bad. That was so long ago. That was like 5-6 fucking years ago. So I barely remember that fucking movie, but here's the trailer. Just from that opening scene, or opening still right there, Phil, you look like you're in for quality CG graphics right there, right?
Looks like somebody's hand. Is that somebody's hand?
It's supposed to be a ship coming out of
Looks like somebody's hand.
Yeah, well, see, it's supposed to be like a ship coming out of a space hole or some shit. But here's the trailer.
Somewhere in space, he is waiting.
Yeah.
Somewhere on this ship, he is watching. He is powerful.
What the hell was that?
He is evil.
He's here.
He is somewhat marketable.
To a party.
Good evening. Hot stuff coming out.
Copyright-free light sword.
Give me one with Don Big Time.
That be a lesson to you, lad. Always wear a coconut. Up in the head.
Well, I say look at it. It makes CG from the 80s look good.
Out of there.
Basically,
What did you shoot him with? Steroids?
no,
Leprechaun
Photoshop.
in space.
This barbecue's only just begun.
Phil, that's how you know when you hit the bottom of the barrel. When you go to space. And with that being said, in episode 50, we are podcast are launching into space. To go fuck green chicks. Right?
Oh, yeah.
And with that being said, festers and festies, this is the end of episode 26 of We Are Podcast, the first annual Halloween Spoooktacular special. My name is Baron Matto.
And my name is Senor Sace, also known as Phil, of the Overlord Tank Squad. Thanks for being with us.
You can also follow us on the spooky cloud that is SoundCloud. Leave us your thumbs on YouTube. Leave a spooky question or comment at the letter R, podcast at gmail.com. Thank you and good night.
Wah, 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 wah.